Hello, trading has closed on the 8th of November 2023. We'll start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. It's my trading plan for the 9th of November, that's tomorrow. Remember, I can be completely wrong. Trade at your own risk. I'm going to be able to watch the market tomorrow, but in the evening I have plans, so I'm going to do a video, but I'm going to have a small amount of time to do my analysis, and people who want to risk money on the call should keep in mind I'm just not going to have much time to analyze things. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this. We had a few scenarios. Tomorrow should also have the early high. We said unless we gapped up and took out these highs, we should see lower prices. Well, we gapped up and took out the highs. But we said even if we did, we should be alert for a possible gap and trap, as this triggered one of my patterns. It's not part of the MEJT system, but it is one of my patterns. You had a strong impulsive move, and then you have an intraday overlap with the prior day. It's common, not required, but common to have one more high and then reverse promptly. And here's where we said that. I think it's a pattern that pays to keep track of because it's not rare, and you don't want to be tricked into going along with the crowd when we make this up move. We have a new target for today, 4370.77. If we don't get up smartly, that's my call. During the day, we got an ultimate buy signal and an ultimate sell signal in the morning pattern. That's just about a guarantee. No guarantees in this world, but don't expect any move to stick, particularly when all these three bars, or these two bars anyway, close well within the range of the reference par. It's a signal. Any move isn't going to have much oomph behind it. It'll retrace within the range of the reference bar, and that's what happened. We got an ultimate buy signal in the afternoon. That's played out. There is a lower target. MEJT says this is not for keeps. Says we're going to hit 4370.77, most likely before tomorrow's close. If we don't gap up here, that's my call. This is a pattern which usually rallies into the close or as a straight line drop. I guess you could call that a straight line drop, but when you have it, you normally close near the low. That's not present, so I think since tomorrow's open can substitute for today's close, we should have a sharp move at the open, probably a gap, and take us outside today's range. The fact that we hit a new high, closed under all these relative highs, unless proven otherwise, is a rejection of this move to a new high. That, along with this lower target, suggests we're going to move down smartly at the open. What are futures doing? I didn't look. I guess they're down 875. Okay, so that goes along with the plan. Now, we did say the break over this trend line shouldn't stick, that we should return to that trend line. We've done that already, so we don't have to keep track of it as that target's been achieved. Well, Thursday's pattern has a really high, which doesn't tell us where we open. There is a lower MEJT target. Unless we gap up smartly, the rules call for it to print. Today featured neither a rally into high of day nor the straight line drop be associated with today's pattern, and that should be rectified by gapping sharply at tomorrow's open, ideally pretty soon, trading outside of today's range. A number of factors suggest we trade lower. Of course, if we gap up over the high, you'll know that before the open, the whole idea fails. But a number of ideas suggest we trade lower. Move to a new recovery high was followed by a close under prior highs. That's a rejection of the high. We have the lower target. We have a NASDAQ McClellan oscillator Bollinger Band reversal sell signal. I continue to feel correction should be used to go long to buy, as much higher prices are called for by my wave count so long as the October low holds. We also have sentiment indicators suggesting far too much negativity. All this means much higher prices are coming. I just don't think we see them tomorrow unless we gap up, and we have a number of factors arguing against that. It's not a guarantee. We'll know that before the open. But it's the pattern with the early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down or trade down. And if you trade low enough, I think you can get along. But for right now, I don't like this action, and only gapping up here is going to, gapping and trading up here fast is going to change my opinion. It's a pattern with the early high. If we don't trade up here soon, I think we'll trade down here, and that's today's call.